this existence is a dream, is a co-created dream, and also a singular dream. At the same, you switch between the two. I would say honestly, the your true self is so divine that you don't need it to be a singular dream. Like people's and the universe is so divine that you don't need it to be a singular dream. Everyone will agree with you, or most people will agree with you. Enough people that inhabit your reality will agree with the way you want to go with reality because they know it's a play, they know it's a role. Think of it like this, like if you could dream with your friends, like you could eventually you would be like think of scenarios like, okay, I'm going to be like a rapist, I'm going to be like, or I'm going to be maybe not that extreme, but yeah, that's how it is. I'm going to be the murderer, I'm going to be the guy that robs you, I'm going to be the police, I'm going to be the whatever, I'm going to be Snape. Like shit like that. And we like you in the infinite amount of ways you can think in a reality could be made, right? So there's all sorts of different things you could do. Like you could give yourself you could give yourself amnesia, you could give yourself ignorance, you could give yourself personality, you could give yourself subtle connection to the divine that you feel as your character. You could and shit like that. You could make spiritual laws. You could make spiritual dogma. You could give yourself free will. And Earth is a mix of free will and predetermination. And it really doesn't that's what it is, but it really doesn't matter because it's a dream, so it doesn't really matter. It's not really like you. It's not really you. Like, yes, there's times where like your divine qualities shine through or come through. But like if you make a mistake or something like that, I mean, no one gives a fuck because it's not even real. It's not the real reality. And in the real reality, everyone is divine and everyone like you could make that mistake in the real reality even though you literally wouldn't because of the character you are there. People are so steeped in the divine that they wouldn't feel any pain. They wouldn't even judge you for it. They would have enough faith to know that divinity would keep going. And whatever happens here doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It only matters here. It only matters here. And there's people that take what happens here very seriously. Very seriously. Most people take what happens to them very seriously, but there's a select few that they know people went in this game. They know it's fake. They know it's illusion. They know that the reality that awaits you once you're done with this matrix will be one of laughter when you think of this reality and one of lightheartedness. But they know the reality of being in this reality. They know that how real it seems when you're in this reality, and they want to lessen suffering, like the saints and all these people. And then there's a lot of people that don't know that this is just a game or this is just a dream of characters and predetermination and also free will, and they still want to lessen suffering too. The predetermined things, there's a certain plane where you're more divine, more intelligent, where you are communicating with everyone else that's going to be in this reality, especially the people that you're going to physically see and physically interact with and emotionally interact with verbally, whatever, online, whatever it is, or have an effect on. And you make certain contracts to play certain roles and make certain themes come about in your life. And those contracts are controlled by the spirit, by the higher self. And spirit is so powerful that you're not going to be able to tell, like, unless you like want to tell and like put some work into it. Like, you're not going to be able to tell when like if you think like if you think like, oh, I have contracts, like, damn, I hope I go through with them. I hope I hear the divine timing, or follow the divine when I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. No, you will do what you're supposed to do, and you won't even know that it's not free will, because the divine is so your divine self, and the divine selves of other people have so much control over this reality that it will make you do it, and you'll think you're thinking for yourself. You'll think you're doing free will. Your contracts could be to kill someone. Your contracts could be to marry an abusive husband. Your contracts could be to fall in love with your soulmate, whatever, stuff like that. And it's for the experience. It's because you've decided as your divine self that you want this experience for whatever reason, or probably lots of different reasons. And that's how realities are made, by basically setting like ideas, themes, rules, and setting what's normal. Like on Earth, it's normal to eat food, and like only like a select few like somehow get everyone else to agree that it's okay for them not to eat food, like some of these yogis and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like anything you could think of, like so many people, like they sort of know this, like they've heard it from other people that don't go into detail, like, this is a play, this is a game, you're a character. But then they'll tell you about like some reincarnation trap or something like that, or something you need to do. And all that is also part of this game. It's also part of this game. This is compared to other realities, this is a high illusionary, high suffering, high limiting reality, but with a lot of divine connection, a lot of divine truth inside of it. And I know that because I was able to figure this out from this reality, right? And I was able to figure out spiritual truth, reality above, beyond this reality, from this reality, from the way this reality works. And like, and this is a reality where like other, like, it's a very big reality where like other dimensions, so-called spiritual dimensions, or just other dimensions, can enter our reality, but really it's a part of the same reality. If you can enter this reality, besides the divine controlling this reality, or the divine connecting with this reality, if you are on a lower plane and you somehow glitch your way into this reality, like some aliens have and some different entities do, you were a part, like, you're still part of this matrix, like you were a part of this matrix. Like there's different matrices that we can't affect, like we can't go into them unless there's a certain a law or rule that allows that, unless everyone in that reality decides to co-create with us and let that happen. Earth is a very high illusion reality. It's a long journey. It's a challenge, and it's a contrast to the real realities, the real freedom, home realities of spirituality, where you are pure love and pure energy and infinite intelligence. You can manifest anything. You could do whatever you want. Earth, you're in a physical body, and it's very hard to do miracles. It's hard to do all this stuff. It's just it can be very tough. It can be very tough, and you suffer. And like you can't like, I mean, like, yes, people can do magic, but it's fucking hella hard to do magic to most people. And most people, yeah, their higher self does magic for them, but they don't even realize it. But I'm talking like this reality versus like the reality of like Hogwarts. Like, imagine, like, this is an example of why you would take a human birth. Because So you could take the contrast of this birth, the memories of this birth, and then live in a more free reality and have that contrast, that bliss, that love, that relief, that gratitude, because you experienced such a harsh reality, such a limiting reality, such a reality with such a high amount of suffering. You could, wherever you go, if it's better than this, you're going to have a perspective, a better perspective, a more positive perspective, more gratitude, more relief, and stuff like that. And also, realities give birth to other realities. For example, all the fantasy novels, all the stories that we've made up. If your heart desires to live in that universe once you die, or once you get out of this reality, you could go live in that universe from the perspective of a human that got out of the Matrix, or either from the perspective of your higher self, or from however you want to do it. And you could be like, you could decide like, okay, when I enter this reality, I'm not going to remember any of my past lives. I'm going to be at the consciousness level of a normal human, the intelligence level of a normal human. Or you could say, I'm bringing my perspective from this life and this life and this life, and I'll have those memories. You set it up, like you set up the limitations, you set up the ignorance for how you want that reality to be before you go in it. And this is all set up by that very true part of you, that divine intelligence part of you that is basically God. And God also, you and God work as the same being, basically, pretty much. Or like when you do work, when you show intention, like God comes through you and also himself. So like you can make realities, you can make universes. And if you don't have enough souls or enough people, entities to go in your reality, your higher self, that intelligence that is all the people in your dreams, or most of them, will be those people in that reality. And yeah. All this shit on Earth is literally just a game, just a dream of characters. It's a dream of characters. And whatever happens here isn't the real reality. It doesn't, you might feel like something like got you to your core, but it really didn't. Like, you're unshakable. Your core is unshakable and steeped in is divine. It is divine and super intelligent, emotionally, logic, like whatever you want to say. Like, it can handle anything, and it could heal itself instantly. So like, just don't take this life so seriously, like, but understand, like I said before, like, while you're in this life, it would be kind not to make people suffer. And you'd be able to look fondly back at this and be like, wow, well, where I had my contracts, I did what I had to do. But when I had my free will, I was good. I showed some divine qualities. I showed positivity. I used my rational mind. I used the state I was at that time. I used my willpower, my intelligence to lessen suffering. Like, the wrong thing to do when you hear this, when you know that this is all a game, is to just be a bad person or do something bad. But I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter if you are. It actually doesn't matter if you are. And when you die, you can go straight back to being divine. You can go straight back to being divine. And like, your higher self has safety precautions. It has a plan for you. It has a plan. And the plan can be changed if you show aspiration and intention from your body. Some people, right when they die, they get pulled right out of this reality, all the way back to their higher self. Some people, when they die, they stay in this matrix. That's why Earth is a very high illusion reality, because it, like, a lot of the time, there's a chance that it doesn't end when you die. Like, you go to a Earth reality spiritual plane, which will be more divine, but is still a part of the Earth matrix, and all these other different civilizations and planets and shit a part of this matrix. But like, understand, you could be two people could be in the same dream, but have totally different experiences because they're in different minds on different planets, whatever. But they're still a part of. They still co-created it together. Earth is definitely a reality that can inspire you to live a ton of different realities. Like, you want to see what it's like to be a tiger, you want to see what it's like to be in Hogwarts, you want to see what it's like to be in Star Wars, and down to the most minute detail and creative, like the infinite amount of creativity in you can be the reality that you experience. Like, if someone kills you, like, it's just a fucking game. It's just a game. It's just a fucking game. And you're going to get some relief. You're going to get some relief. Some freedom. One of the safety precautions of this reality is death, where you transition into a spiritual realm when you die, or have the opportunity to go all the way out of the matrix. All these people say, oh, it's a matrix, but watch out for the reptilians. The reptilian is a fucking divine person as a character. You all agreed that he would play that role. Satan is a divine character if he's even real in this reality, and you agreed that he would play that role. Or even if you didn't agree they'll play that role, they're still behind this reality. They're still a character in this reality using their free will from their character's perspective, not from their divine perspective. Every little evil enemy is a character. In real reality, no one is an enemy. No one is an enemy in real reality. All this spiritual stuff, all this spiritual work is a part of this matrix, is a part of this dream reality. It's a part of the laws of this reality, the things that work in this reality. They were divinely created, but it's not like you have to do it. I definitely believe, like, if you have this realization, you have to have faith or believe or expect or ask to be taken out of the matrix when you die, if you want that to happen. And that's if if it's not already planned. And the thing is that it's not a big deal because it's a dream. So even if you don't get out of it, eventually you will get out of it, and then it won't even matter. You had your experience. You have infinite amount of time to have experiences, and this was just one of them. Like, I definitely think it's a good idea to have power while you're in this reality because it helps you not suffer. Like, if you understand the laws of this reality, the spiritual laws of this reality, law of attraction, manifestation, God, the saints, gurus. This allows you to have a better reality while you're in reality. But I just brain farted. But you don't have to make yourself schizo trying to fucking control this reality, because it's just a fucking dream. It's not your home. It's not your true self. It's for the drama. It's for drama. It's for the experience, good or bad. Every little demon, every little whatever, it's just a fucking dream. The person playing them is either not even real. It's a shade of light. It's a hologram. Some energy controlled by everyone's mind. Or they are a divine being at the end of the day. That is your friend on the other side. People when they think about spirituality, like they're so, because of the way the minds work in this reality, they think about power and effect on this reality when they learn spiritual truths. But understand, this reality is illusion. This reality is illusion, and this reality is co-created. We all signed up for this reality. Yes, if you feel like it, go ahead and try and get mystical powers and all these powers to try and change reality or break the matrix. But also understand that you might be ruining it. You might be ruining the experience. You know, like maybe people signed up to suffer like this. Maybe people signed up to have some drama, some ignorance. Maybe that's why you don't have mystical powers, because it's not in the fucking script for you to get them. Like all the stuff I talk about on my channel before this was like stuff was in the dream stuff, mostly in the dream stuff, like how to manifest, how your beliefs become your astral reality, how your beliefs become your physical reality. That may be a law from the higher realms, but you're using it in this reality. You're using it in this reality. You're not exactly ascending. You're still concerned with this reality. You're still concerned with your character. Like there's a lot of intelligence went into the creation of this reality. And this reality is a long story. And a story of ascension, a story of coming to the divine, a story of waking up while in the dream. But I'm telling you, you don't have to wake up. You don't have to wake up. You'll be forced to wake up. Eventually. You'll be forced to wake up. When the divine, you and the divine God thinks it's time for you to wake up, you'll wake up. Death is a safety precaution. Even if you don't wake up all the way, death usually is a relief. But if you have a really strong belief system, you might see your beliefs when you die. So like if you believe in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, like really hardcore, you're gonna have this fucking shit show when you die. If you believe in Christian hell and think you're going there, or even if you just believe in Christian hell is enough to land you in hell. There's people that have near-death experiences, they go to hell, and then later they realize, I went there because I believed in it. This reality allows enough divinity in it that shit will work itself out. Shit works itself out. Even if you go to hell, it's still going to work itself out. And at the end of the day, you're going to be okay. Whatever. The most powerful entity that's trying to keep you stuck in this reality is a divine motherfucker on the other side waiting to have a laugh with you once you get out of it. And if you understand the laws of this reality, no one can keep you stuck here. No one can keep you stuck here.